Ladies and gentlemen, this is a feat that you may not believe. We had the pleasure of playing with Connor Dose back in Warzone way back in the day, and he actually taught me a heck of a lot about using a riot shield only for a strategy. But what you are witnessing here, and myself for today's spectate video, because everybody who's been wanting to see a spectate, I figured let's level it up, do one even better for you. We're spectating a nuclear contract. That is 5 wins in a row, which of course he did as riot shield only. After getting 5 wins in a row, you get this special contract. Although, did he drop BE off? No, okay, so this is a little different than how it was in the past. Now you have to start by getting the Geiger counter. We did a video on this. If you haven't seen mine, of course, we had a full squad, 4 of us. So when you complete those 5 games in a row, you have 4 attempts to try and pull the nuke off, as opposed to this, where he only has 1 attempt to do this. You can't do a contract before you actually go for the nuke attempt as well. So he immediately lands in, got his loadout. It's zone 2 right now. He's picked up the contract, though. You see he's got 20 minutes on the clock, 15:20 left already. So he spent the first 5 minutes getting ready, picked up the Geiger counter, which took away his stun spot, but he now knows where the box is, works his way to it. You could use the Geiger counter to determine exactly where it is, but now BE is revealed on the map. So everything before this is very, it's pretty easy game. You see the lobby's already down to 50 people. Half the people are already dead out. Pretty typical, especially in solos, because there's less people buying back. You're not going to have, $3,000 buyback. You go to the gulag once and you're out. Maybe you get a go again. Maybe you find a redeploy, whatever. But he also, this is the nuke skin from Warzone 2 as well, has now got the first element, and now people can start descending on him. But it's a little different in solos, too, because everybody's going to be so spread out. They're not going to have a whole team to descend upon this guy. If you end up dying in solos as well, to that same point, you're not going to keep getting bought back and resent upon to just defend this one thing. But BE reveals your position to everybody on the map, so they see exactly where he is, this golden crown. If you ever see anybody on your map with this golden crown, that means they have the first element. And what he's going to try and do here, most likely, is drop it somewhere in the center of zone, because nobody else can pick up these elements. A tweak they actually made in Warzone 2, where from Warzone 2 to Warzone 3. You used to couple people were shooting at him there. You see, here comes even more shots. LTV probably the best play for this as well, just because, it's got the most health. Vehicles seem to be having a lot less health in this game than they even did in Warzone 2. But let's see where he decides to dump this, if that is even what he's trying to do. And it does look like it. Yeah. Interestingly, he puts it inside of the building as well. That could kind of bring everybody to fight each other more. If somebody's trying to defend it, somebody else slides into the building to see the guy. They don't know what's going on. They don't even understand, what's this icon? Let me see what it is. If they don't follow stuff like this and haven't seen a nuke contract before, it doesn't necessarily matter that you have the riot shield so much only here, but it will at the end. And the fact that he, maybe it would be good for us to watch the first 5 wins in general, because that is an amazing feat by itself. But he only does solo riot shields, pretty much. This is the absolute maximum level of strategy and utilizing stuns to lock people up, to get the angle on it, and also one of the reasons it's the most infuriating to fight against. But I feel like it's really mostly only viable in solos, because once you get 2 angles on you, you're kind of screwed. So here it is. He's drilling for the second element now. Now, if you hear a drill going off in this mode in particular, this is another indicator for you that somebody's doing, the nuke. This is element number 2 for you to watch. Although unlikely you'll actually find this. All 3 of these were different things that were in DMZ, if you ever played that from Warzone 2 as well. Drill safe, shoot down a chopper, as you'll see in a second. Yeah, a chopper comes in if you haven't been in one of these lobbies yet. This is very much just a waiting game here. I tell you what, in solos, the shields are good, and when you're 1v1 against one, they do suck. They are very infuriating, But he's got the element. So now, you see how his screen is blurred. He's going to take damage every second. So you see his health bar is going down. Now, I'm curious if he goes for another dump in the middle of the zone, or he tries to keep both of the elements at the same time. I imagine for solos, you're going to want to just dump it and have them all ready to go to move for the final point. What some players are doing, though, is they shoot the chopper down so they see where the box goes, and then they can just camp the box. to prevent the player from picking it up. But he is going to dump it here.
Shot it down.
So now he's going to not take any more damage. And look, the T element is even out of the box. Did they open? I think they might have opened the box. I didn't know that they could even do that. So this is, I mean, and the fact that this is the center of the zone, this is best case scenario for him. So as soon as he picks... See, I mean, once you land that stun, it's just kind of over. Now, they have nerfed the shields as well. This is something that I've seen Connor be very vocal about, as well as a couple other guys that I know that are shield or melee-only players. They decrease your movement speed by 20%, even when the shield is not in your hands.
That's crazy.
So they do move quite slow. But I tell you what, I've tried to outrun it, even with a fast-moving SMG, and this dude was still lunging his ass right on me. And I'm still pissed about it. But nonetheless, he's got the elements spread out. He picked up the T element. So this is going to reset the clock here. You can see awaiting bomb arrival. It's going to give him 5 minutes back on the clock. With this coming down, almost caught out in the open. Oh my God, look at where the bomb site's coming down on the TAC map, top left. This is going edge of the zone, but there's a jailbreak. I actually have not even seen a jailbreak when I've been doing this. This used to be something that would always happen. Maybe it is, and I didn't even notice it, but this is a full jailbreak. Now there's 40 people in the game. 7 of them just died off, probably AFKers, people who just weren't paying attention, left their game up when they had left. But the problem with the T element is you cannot drive, you can't be even near a vehicle. No other vehicles can be near you either when you have T. There's the bomb site, so he needs to dump the elements. He puts T in, so now he can drive vehicles again. And he had PU with him as well, so he kept those two elements together. Beautiful. Stun locked into it. The thing is, once you get stunned, and I think stuns are even better in this game than before, you are completely locked, but also now you can carry extras in your back pocket and it'll auto-fill into your bag as well, which we haven't had the chance to see him pull that off yet, but you could just keep tossing them and lock him up with it. And it looks like he's also using restock to maximize his efficiency with it, as well as he's driving out of zone here. A little sketchy, but he needs to now secure that third element. Could be good if he gets a nice splatter. The smaller the lobby, the better here. Oh, he's going back again. Disables the Jeep as he tries to get the angle, and he even pushes some dude. This drives me nuts. There it is. He got it there. This guy's just an AFK from the redeploy that came down. He probably had auto parachute on. Some of the guys didn't. But now he's got to get BE in. There should be probably quite a few dead bodies here as you're seeing some of the loot. It looks like this is actually a pretty damn good idea to do this in solos. Put it inside. He wants that LTV. When he picks this up, if he can hop into it and go, I mean, he needs it. But look, his LTV is broken. He managed to get... There is another UTX parked on top of the vehicle. I don't know if that guy was just living on a prayer or what, but he's got another vehicle inside that he can now try and use to make it back to the bomb site. You do not want to take this vehicle or this element on foot, because this is the one that reveals your position. So now that he's picked it back up, the crown's on him. Real-time track, you can ping it through the wall. You really need a vehicle to rotate this one. The good news is he already has both the elements in. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left on the clock going through the tunnel underground. The bomb's just so well positioned, but you see the zone is no longer closing. It's locked in zone 4. You can see that on the clock there. Interestingly, the gulag hasn't closed either. I wonder if that's just been flashing the whole time, giving people unlimited gulags to the end of the game. But the zone stops closing as soon as that bomb site touches the ground. So now Connor's got to work his way to get this third element. So once he gets this third element in here, PA immediately dropped on him. Cracked plates. Thermite on his car. But he's got all 3 elements in. 2 minutes on the clock. P8 out of zone. No plates on. He's got to stop and get a replay. Good thing he's got the Hummer for fast movement here, though. His UTX probably would have been popped. LTV would have been best case scenario for him. And look at that's the power of the shield there. As he's jumping through, he's got the cover. And actually, this could help him get the plant as well, having the shield. I haven't seen if this is going to protect him or not. And look at this. The teams that were shooting him, or the individual that was shooting, because this isn't team, obviously, now got attacked inside of the building. 2 were fighting there. Moves in to try and get the clear. Couple extra plates. He can hear the footsteps. I know it's a bit quiet here. I'll turn it up. Getting closer to the end game. Perfect stun lock. That guy has tac mask, though. You saw that little skull icon that popped up. Woo! Nails him with the throwing knife. Low health. He's up plating. Miss on the stun. Goes for the replate. He's trying to keep the momentum while that guy's plating, running away. If he could land the stun there, he can guarantee the kill. Doesn't matter if his health is low. Wants to get the kill, get the work done. All 3 elements are in, so he needs now 10 seconds to go plant the bomb. No smokes. He's YOLOing it. Little bit of a bush here. Nobody's going to know he's doing this. Nobody's watching it, though, because they're all in solos. This does work for his advantage, and there's only 9 players left. The zone is massive as well because it stopped shrinking, and Bomb is now armed. He just needs to defend for 2 minutes. He's got his stuns back, throwing knife set, and the shield works for him here, but he is pretty exposed. The nice thing is he's got 3 angles covered, right? Or 3 angles that could come from, but 1 is safe on his back. The bomb placement in particular, where this bomb site came down, is absolutely amazing for him. And now, even when these guys go for smokes, his Tomfa can kill him so fast, although it takes a lot of damage here. Perfect throwing knife off of that. If there's a smoke and the edge of the gas is right behind you, you can kind of see the silhouette of the player running sometimes and shoot through it. But when it's just out in an open field, it works very well. Now, 6 players left. 1 minute on the clock. They're shooting each other on the crossover. They don't know who's got the bomb planted. They just know they need to defuse it or they all lose the game. This might be an easy finish. Oh, out in the woods here. Can't get stuck. He doesn't want him to get too close. Breacher drone comes in. I actually haven't seen that. Landed the upper torso. If that was a crack, he would have died. That guy may not have had the time to get the defuse. 30 seconds. He needs 10 seconds for a defuse if they're going for it. But this is like, it's like me sniping. When you absolutely have to hit those shots.
Am I in the first in the world?
Or you lose the game. I mean, this is
first in the world to get
it's
it,
even more critical at close range though than it is. At least when I'm sniping, I'm out in the back of the map. I can go prone somewhere. 7 seconds, he's got it. There it is.
Woo! Detonation secure.
The first in the world.
And with a shield, guys. With a shield and melee only. Not even just a shield, right? It's one thing to have a shield and a gun. Anyways, this was insane. Connor, well done. If you guys haven't checked him out yet, go subscribe to his channel.
Well.
We'll link it down below.
Wow.
It's hard enough to get 5 wins in a row in solos, but to do it without a gun and then to pull off the actual contract, he's done it before. Obviously, he had the skins from Warzone 2 as well, so he's got a lot of experience. It's not like we went in not knowing anything. He's got so much experience and skill with it that he could get that done and like, okay, yeah, all right, I know how to... You saw where he placed the element, the positioning, everything that he did there, executed on the kills when he needed to. It's so insane, man. It's so insane. This has got 4,000 views. It needs way more. Show him some love. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Congrats, Connor. Well done, dude. Well done.